I want Lucia to have kids in the game. I also want the possibility to cook for Jason.
GTA 6 should include getting stuck in traffic, refilling engine oil, and checking the tire pressure. That is a realism for me.
I want the character to be forced to use bathroom like a human being. If not used, you lose stamina and embarrass yourself in public. The story should start with Lucia before committing crimes. She'd need to hold for a real job to pay rent and fund her heists. Imagine grinding a 9-to-5 office job for flipping burgers.
Okay, we've just seen some wild suggestions, and let's be real, some of them are downright hilarious. Others, well, they make you wonder if people want GTA or Real Life Simulator 2025. But here's the thing, this isn't just about funny ideas or bizarre requests. There's a growing push from parts of the community for Rockstar to make GTA 6 as realistic as possible. Features like running out of gas, getting speeding tickets, or even needing to take care of a virtual family. And yeah, while realism can make a game more immersive, it can also cross a line where it's just not fun anymore. What made Rockstar Games special wasn't just how detailed their worlds were, but how they balanced that realism with over-the-top fun. GTA isn't about micromanaging your life, it's about creating chaos, pulling off heists, and enjoying the ride. If Rockstar leans too hard into realism, we could end up with a game that feels more like a chore than an escape. So let's talk about this balance, what's worked in the past, and why pushing too far into realism might not be the best idea. Rockstar Games has always struck the balance between realism and fun. They know exactly how to make their worlds feel alive without turning their games into full-on life simulators. Take Bully, for example. In that game, you had to stick to a school schedule. You attended classes, made it back to your dorm on time, and yes, you even had to sleep. If you stayed out too late, Jimmy would pass out wherever he was. It added structure, sure, but it didn't get in the way of the fun. You were still free to prank classmates, explore campus, or cause chaos in town. Then we have GTA San Andreas. It introduced things like eating and exercising. If you ate too much junk food, CJ would gain weight. If you worked out, he'd get ripped. These mechanics made CJ's journey feel personal, but they were never forced on you. Rockstar gave you the choice. You could fully embrace these features or just focus on missions. That's what made it work. Driving mechanics in GTA 4 were another big step toward realism. Cars had weight and handled differently depending on their size and model. If you hit a corner too fast, you'd feel the car lose traction or even flip over. It wasn't just arcade-style fun. You had to think about how you drove, which made chases and getaways more intense. Then there was the damage system. If you crashed, your car didn't just get a few scratches, the hood would crumple, windows would shatter, and tires could pop. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2 raised the bar for realism in gaming with some of the most detailed features ever seen. Take Arthur's beard and hair, for example. They didn't just magically stay the same or grow instantly, you actually had to wait for them to grow over time, just like in real life. If you wanted to give Arthur a clean shave or style his hair, you'd need to visit a barber or do it yourself at camp. This added a sense of immersion that made Arthur's transformation feel more personal. You could let him grow a rugged, wild look or keep him sharp and tidy. It was entirely up to you. Arthur's hygiene wasn't just for show. If you didn't bathe him regularly, NPCs would actually comment on how bad he smelled. They'd wrinkle their noses, step back, or even call him out on it. It wasn't just a gimmick, it added to the immersion.
You're filthy again, Mr. Morgan.
Not now.
You should be ashamed of yourself. A grown man covered in shit like this.
Oh, you shaved. Who's the lucky lady?
Land's sakes, you lost 20 years off that mug once you shaved.
Top outfit we've become, eh? Clean, shaved, ready for anything.
In GTA 5, Rockstar refined the driving mechanics to be more responsive and accessible, addressing complaints from GTA 4. In the previous game, some players felt that the driving was too difficult, with cars feeling heavy and overly realistic, making high-speed chases or sharp turns more challenging than enjoyable. In GTA 5, Rockstar struck a better balance. Vehicles still had distinct handling based on their type, but the controls were smoother and more intuitive. This adjustment allowed players to focus on the thrill of the action, whether it was weaving through traffic, pulling off stunts, or engaging in high-speed chases without feeling bogged down by overly realistic physics. It was a perfect example of how Rockstar prioritized fun while keeping just enough realism to make driving feel immersive. While Rockstar has done an impressive job balancing realism and fun, there are still plenty of moments in their games where reality is thrown out the window. And honestly, that's part of what makes these games so memorable. In GTA, your character can somehow manage to carry an arsenal of guns, explosives, and melee weapons all at once. It's clearly not realistic, but it's an essential part of the chaotic fun of the series. Imagine trying to haul around that many weapons in real life. You'd probably be lucky if you could even walk. But in GTA, we don't mind the absurdity because it's all about making the gameplay experience as exciting and over the top as possible. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2 did take a slightly different approach, especially when it came to carrying weapons. While GTA games love their over-the-top weaponry, RDR2 introduced a limit to how many guns Arthur Morgan could carry at once. Rather than just having everything on him at all times, Arthur had to decide what weapons to take with him on a mission, leaving other ones safely stored at the camp or in the saddlebag of his horse. This was a shift towards more realistic weapon management, but it still felt like it was part of the story and the character's journey. The limitation made the world feel more grounded, but didn't disturb the fun. Then there's the iconic jetpack from GTA San Andreas. Sure, a jetpack isn't exactly something you'll find in your average street gang's arsenal, but it was one of the most exhilarating and memorable features of the game. It didn't need to make sense in the context of the story, it was simply fun to fly around the map at high speeds, evading the law, or just messing around. The point isn't realism, it's creating experiences that stick with players long after they finish the game. Alright, let's talk about some of the crazy things people want in GTA 6. Some of these ideas are so ridiculous, I have to wonder, do you even want to play GTA or do you just want a second life? First up, we got people asking for realistic car maintenance, checking tire pressure, filling up gas, even changing the oil. Bro, if that's what you want, go play Euro Truck Simulator. GTA is about stealing cars, not taking care of them with some boring, repetitive tasks. Then there are the people who want realistic hygiene, showering, brushing teeth, even using the bathroom. My guy, if you're excited about pressing a button to make your character wipe, just go play The Sims. GTA is about robbing banks, not washing dishes and doing chores. And the best one? Having kids in GTA 6. Imagine robbing a store, escaping the cops, and suddenly your in-game wife calls,
"Hey, don't forget to come back with the milk."
If you want to raise kids, go start a family in real life. Some people even want realistic traffic laws, like if you run a red light, you get a ticket instead of a police chase. Bro, this is Grand Theft Auto. If you want to obey traffic laws, get a driver's license and go outside. And let's not forget the Florida fanboys who want every tiny detail from real life in the game. Look, I get it. GTA 6 is based on Florida, but it doesn't need to be Florida, the video game. If you love Florida so much, go book a flight and experience it for real. At the end of the day, GTA needs to be fun, not a real-life simulator. Just remember, realism doesn't always mean fun. I have a blast playing Mario Kart, a game with zero realism, while a game like Anthem had insane realistic graphics and features, yet the gameplay was disappointing. The earnings call is next week. I will be live streaming the event, so don't forget to subscribe, and also let me know in the comments your thoughts about this. See you in the next one.
City calls, we're ready to drive. Rockstar silent, but we still believe. GTA 6 is the dream we weave. Fast cars, bright lights, Vice City streets.